Hey guys, welcome back to the Hukt podcast. In today's episode, we're going to be doing a quick short segment regarding the Oscars. So, just as a quick forewarning, our views here are not representative of who we are and what we completely think on the issue. This is just subjective for Cass. It's all out for those Cass points. So, today, you want to start us off?
So, we just watched the 94th Oscars take place on 28 March 2022. In that, we saw a range of performances take place. For example, Jessica Chastain won Best Actress, No Time to Die won the Best Song of the Year, and Coda won Best Picture. But I think the thing which everyone's thinking about is who won Best Actor, which is Will Smith. Now, speaking of Will Smith, quite a big controversy took place recently. You guys want to speak about that?
Yeah, he slapped the living daylights out of Chris Rock, man. He just gave that man. He got that technique from the Indian mummy G's, that straight up chappal smack, man. I'm sure we've all seen it before. But the real question is,
That reminds you of what?
wait, it has to be done. Oh, thank you, Hiren, for that quick reference that absolutely everyone got. Thank you, man. But anyways, so yeah, what do you guys think? You think it was like a right or wrong, or what do you guys think?
I think first of all, I think let's just go over what happened exactly. So, Chris Rock was addressing his whole audience, looked at Jada Pinkett Smith, and then made a G.I. Jane reference. For those of you guys who don't know what G.I. Jane is, it's a film in which the lead actress has no hair on her. So, based on that, Chris Rock decided to make a reference to Jada Pinkett Smith and call her out for that. But what's strange about this is that Will Smith laughed initially at the joke. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was doing really. I think the way he laughed about the joke initially, went up on stage, slapped Chris Rock, smirked as he was walking back to his seat, and then proceeded to cry during his speech about the whole incident. I have no idea what he's doing. He's apologized now, I guess, which is kind of rectifies it to an extent. But I'm really not sure what he's doing, and I support Chris Rock in this.
What do you guys
Fair
think?
enough.
Kushaj?
Why don't you say
Well,
your speech, Kushaj?
Oh wow, thank you, Hiren, for so graciously allowing me to talk, man. I'll take these permissions any day, man. But I kind of agree with Umar here. It's what does it mean for comedy though? If you want to be a comedian, you want to be a funny guy, you go up on stage. It shows an example, right? If anyone doesn't like what you have to say, they have the permission to just walk up to you and give you that straight up backhand, man. I'm just not interested in that. I'm pretty sure lots of other people are also not interested in that. So I think what should be it's just a miracle that he wasn't kicked out right after he did that. I think if anyone else did that, they'd be straight gone.
I think with this, it's just, I guess, speaking from Will's point of view. I just want to say again, this isn't representing what we actually think. It's just from the point of debate. But from Will's point of view, you've got to consider this: that in 2016, I think Chris Rock hosted the Oscars then as well, and then also he made a comment on Jada Pinkett Smith. Wait, that is her name, right? Yeah, Jada Pinkett Smith. So I think it's just, I guess for Will, it was also something about how it repeated itself again, twice, and because she didn't go bald by choice, it was because of a medical condition. So I guess just because of that, Will was angry. But I guess the real question is, was him slapping Chris Rock and going on to say what he said after that, was that actually allowed or is that justified? Yeah, what do you guys think?
I think absolutely not, because Chris Rock is a comedian. It's his job to make jokes, and you wouldn't you wouldn't slap a postman for giving you a letter, would you? It's his job to tell jokes. So I've no idea what Will Smith was thinking when he did that. I understand why he did it. I just don't know why he would think that was an acceptable response.
Yeah. Uh, I think it's obviously hard because Will Smith. We all know that he's been having a couple of rough years. We've all seen it on the internet, all the sort of things he's been sort of fighting with, like not fighting with, but sort of usual problems with family. But I think that yes, I agree. It's a bit of an overreaction, and he could obviously have taken it outside from the public. Could have done it. Could have talked to Chris personally, and obviously they could have handled it outside, not in the public. And because it's sort of it damages Chris's like long and sort of respected career as a comedian. But as someone who's been watching Will Smith for a long time and sort of a big fan, I've got to admit, I think I sort of understand where he came from, and I feel like it had to do with sort of his personal problems with family and stuff. So that's just my point of view.
Yeah, I definitely agree. There's definitely accumulated all the stuff he's been through recently, and this isn't just an isolated incident that made him do it. He's obviously gone through a lot, and it's just all boiled up to this one incident. And I think he's definitely apologetic, and he shows remorse. I think he definitely did an apology on his social media, which was quite nice. But I mean, it doesn't take away from the fact that he did go up on stage and he did um, physically hit Chris Rock. But I mean, there's nothing he can do to take that away now. And I think Chris Rock refused to press charges against him, which is a good sign of respect between the two of them. So I think they're both trying to leave it in the past. What do you guys think?
I reckon, right? It's like what Chris Rock was doing. You know, he's out there making a joke. I feel like you know, if you look at the past few years, right, the Oscars has been kind of dead. I think it was like in 2020, got like what 10 million views or something, and it was down from 54. I think it's like it's just I feel like it was just for the show maybe, because you know they want to keep it going, keep that money coming in, keep those views coming in. I'm not saying it was staged, but I feel like it was definitely a part of Will's decision. You know, just to straight up pull up to the stage, give him a couple smacks, you know, and let's go sit back down because you can see it clearly at the start, right when he cracks the joke. You know, Will's all there chuckling, and then out of nowhere, man stands up and he goes up. He's like, "Yo, what's up, man?" Everyone thought it was a joke after he slapped him too. Like you could still hear the audience laughing in the background. And then like when he starts saying his stuff, you know, that's when you know it was real. So I don't know about
I think
those
that's
who
quite a big
received it.
debate. I think a lot of people think it was staged. The way Chris Rock kind of leaned in, put his arms behind his back as Will Smith smacked him. So I think there is that debate that is it staged? Is it real? I think well, the only two people can tell you that are Will Smith and Chris Rock. But what are you guys saying? Staged or real?
I think just at first of all adding to what Kushaj said that like I mean I could like to consider myself as a film fanatic. Like you guys have seen in the past, I've just made references to films like Terminator because I like films. But honestly, I haven't heard. I didn't even know March 28th would be the Oscars day. Like that's something which every single film fan would know for the whole year. You'd be anticipating that, but all of a sudden it just came and then it went. So without that slap taking place, it would have come and it would have gone without us even knowing. Like yeah, so that's just what the nature of the Oscars has been recently. So it is. I wouldn't say that the slap and what Will said afterwards was staged because it looked like it had lots of true sentiment. But then again, he is an actor. That is what he's best at doing. So it's really. I mean, only they know whether it's staged or whether it's real. But I think that the sentiment behind it was real. Yeah.
I think uh, I think there's something. I mean, I agree with what you're saying, and in my perspective, I feel like there was something odd about the way they filmed the sort of that sort of like 10-second gap or interval between the what Chris said and like obviously what happened while on stage. I feel like obviously when we saw it, we all think that he laughed, and we never know what happened in that split second between when Will must have seen Jada and her reaction, and then he must have had some sort of trigger because maybe we don't know like what if this was something like so serious that it might have caused other problems with like obviously because Jada sort of struggles with the hair loss problem and we now know about it, but you never know. Sometimes people get impulsive about certain things and it takes a second to get there, but yeah, it was quite odd. It was quite odd to say the least.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also, I just realized this that I think we're all referring to the same video which came from Guardian on their YouTube channel. That video is on 69 million views right now, and I just think that that's a bit crazy. I'm not talking about the number. I'm talking about how that's their most viewed video on their channel, and that's 69 million people who have watched the Oscars because of one event. Like, for you went from no one knowing it, from no one knowing it even took place, to that many people watching this event because of one thing. So I know that the Oscars said that they don't condone physical violence, but in a way they did benefit from this because they've actually got people knowing that something took place now. So yeah, I mean, it's really mixed because like I'm not gonna say it's a win what happened, but for the Oscars, I mean, they're probably trending all over the internet now because of that stuff. So yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a
I think we
good
got our
point.
views now. Shaq, do you want to say something before we sign off?
Right. Before we end this episode, I would just like to end it on the note that I find it interesting that Chris making a joke about Jada was his trigger, but he's not triggered, and he wants Chris to keep Jada's name out of his mouth, but he doesn't find it offensive when there are other people in Jada's mouth. Now, on that note, we're going to call this podcast today. Thank you so much for watching our short segment, and we hope to see you in the future. Back for more.
Well, that's the #1 podcast in the world, especially in KGV, finishing our episode on the Oscars. Thank you guys, and we'll catch you later.